Alright, an Instagram post on the account The Confessional Podcast has gotten a lot of attention from people interested in the paranormal. The video, uploaded on March 29th of this year, appears to be security camera footage from a backyard in El Salvador. Well, things get strange quickly. The video shows a strange-looking figure walk through the yard before it seemingly vanishes into thin air. What makes this figure stand out is its unusual proportions, with a noticeably large head on a small body. Viewers are chomping at the bit with theories, many suggesting it could be a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are creatures from Native American folklore said to be able to change shape or possess animals, and that definitely adds to the mystery surrounding this video. Now for the bad news is that there isn't much additional information available about the video, making it difficult to find a clear explanation. As a result of that, the strange sighting remains unexplained. And I think until more information comes to light, the true nature of the figure will remain a mystery. UFO sightings have surged in recent days, fueled by a bombshell claim from a former US government official. This individual alleges the government not only possesses unidentified flying objects, but also non-human biological material.
Do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Coinciding with this revelation, a wave of UFO videos has flooded the internet. One such video, captured in San Andreas, California, initially appeared to show a plane or drones. However, the object then performs a maneuver that defies conventional explanation. Another Texas sighting adds to the growing mystery. Multiple witnesses reported observing 5 strange lights in the sky. While drones were initially considered, the object's incredible speed ruled out that possibility. Are these recent sightings connected to the government's alleged UFO program? The timing and nature of the videos certainly raises questions. What do you think? Is this a coordinated effort to disclose the truth about UFOs, or simply a series of unexplained aerial phenomena? On March 28th of this year, viewers watching their local news were left stunned by a strange and unexplainable event. A video originally shared on Instagram captured something that seemed to defy the laws of nature. The footage, which aired without any editing marks, showed a flock of birds in flight. However, in a blink of an eye, the birds simply vanished. This bizarre occurrence has sparked a lot of discussion and debate online. How could these birds just disappear so suddenly, especially during a live television broadcast? It's pretty crazy. With no clear explanation for what happened, the video has left many people confused and curious. So, the question remains, what exactly caused the birds to vanish in those few seconds caught on camera? For now, the mystery of the disappearing birds continues to puzzle those who witnessed it. In the shadowy depths of the Pacific Northwest, 2 trail cameras miles apart captured images that have ignited the imaginations of both skeptics and believers. The first picture, taken in the moonlight, hails from a remote location. It's blurry and distant, but it shows a large dark figure barely visible. Of course, the details are hard to make out, but the size and shape hint at something extraordinary. The second camera, situated a few miles away, offers a more captivating image. Captured much closer, it reveals a truly intriguing figure. You can see as the moonlight illuminates the creature's form, showcasing its massive build, covered in thick, dark fur. Look closer at the hands. Enormous and powerful. The sheer size of the fingers speak volumes about this being's strength. The muscular arms and broad shoulders taper down, eerily reminiscent of countless Bigfoot descriptions. Captured in the dead of night, each vantage point offers a unique piece of this puzzle. The moonlight in the background creates a very eerie atmosphere. Now, of course, some will dismiss this as misidentified animals or a trick of the eye. But for those who believe in Bigfoot, these images could represent a rare visual encounter with the legendary giant. This is a creepy video taken inside a home. We see a man and what looks like a kid, maybe it's just one person. It's hard to tell, they're just sitting on the couch watching TV. The camera is placed so that it picks up the doorway and a good portion of this part of the home. Well, it picks up something else as well. Keep your eyes peeled to the left of the screen. Yeah, that is someone peering into their home. And obviously what makes it worse is that it looks like a skeleton or alien. Some commenters are saying that it's a skinwalker. But what the heck is that thing? I'll say this is either a hoax or this is super sketchy. This video clip was uploaded by Mario Laro on his YouTube channel. He showcases various events and happenings from his piñata store located in Guadalajara, Mexico. Now, over the years, his store has gained notoriety, becoming something of a tourist attraction, but not just for its colorful piñatas. There are widespread rumors that the place is haunted. Staff and visitors have reported a number of eerie occurrences, such as objects being tossed around by an invisible force or just moving all by themselves. There have even been instances where employees claim to have been attacked by aggressive, unseen entities. In one particularly chilling video, Mario is deeply engrossed in a virtual reality game when a transparent figure suddenly materializes in the doorway behind him. The figure, which appears to look like a child, just stands there for a few moments. Now, we can't really see any of his facial expressions, but what we can see is that he seems to be somewhat confused, perplexed, as he just stares at Mario. No sooner than he appeared, he runs off, disappearing out of sight. So Mario was obviously freaked out when he saw the footage of this, and in an attempt to get to the bottom of these paranormal activities, Mario conducted an experiment in 2021. He took and spread flour all over the floor of his store to see if he could capture any footprints from these invisible visitors. It didn't work the first few times, but after some time, a series of footprints did in fact appear on the flour-covered floor. Adding to the eeriness, a clicking sound could be heard in the background throughout the ordeal. Many viewers who have watched this footage suggest that Mario should seriously consider having his store blessed by a priest, to perhaps cleanse it of any lingering spirits. I can't argue with him there. However, whether you're a skeptic or a believer, it's hard to deny that something mysterious is happening at this store. This is a crazy clip taken off a beach in Mexico. I mean, first of all, what kind of fish even is this? And second of all, I don't think I want to see the fish that took the bites out of it. I mean, this has to most likely be a shark, right? The worrisome part is that I've been around the water my entire life and I've never seen a fish like this, so this thing must be pretty deep. Which begs the question, what is down there that we don't know about? But let me know if anyone recognizes this fish and has any ideas of what took all these bites out of it. Man. A TikToker recently shared a captivating video that shows an odd object floating in the sky. Back in 2021, an onlooker managed to capture this mysterious occurrence and even added a thought-provoking caption that read, "Can a meteorite do a U-turn?" In the clip, you can see a glowing ball of light that suddenly changes its direction in midair, performing what looks like a U-turn. Now, a lot of people who've watched this video were quick to jump to the conclusion that we're looking at some kind of alien spacecraft. However, it's important to note that we can't confirm that based solely on one piece of footage. But what we can say, and I think we should all agree upon, is that the object's movement is definitely out of the ordinary. The speed at which it moves doesn't resemble anything that we're accustomed to, whether a regular airplane or helicopter. On top of that, the object looks different from any aircraft we're familiar with. It doesn't have wings, doesn't have propellers. I mean, the thing looks like it's on fire. It's just this bright glowing ball that appears to defy the law of physics. So what do you think we're dealing with here? Could this be an alien craft? Some advanced military technology or governmental spy plane? Or could it just be something with a very simple explanation? I don't know, but whatever it is, it has thousands of comments, so I would love to know what you guys think. The security footage that's made its way online is quite intriguing. It features a dimly lit hallway within an office complex, seemingly empty and quiet. Out of the blue, from a particularly dark corner of the corridor, a mysterious figure emerges. The individual appears somewhat translucent, kind of dark, and vaguely resembles a human form, yet it lacks any distinct features. After a few moments, the figure retreats and disappears back into the shadows from which it came. Many viewers who have watched this video are convinced that they're witnessing a shadow person. For those unfamiliar, a shadow person is often described as a dark silhouette resembling a human. Some believe it's merely a trick of the eye, while others think it represents the presence of a spirit or an otherworldly being. This phenomenon has deep roots in paranormal and supernatural lore, with many tales of individuals encountering these elusive figures. Considering the mysterious nature of the video, one could also argue a more rational explanation. Might it be possible that this is simply a camera glitch or something? Given that the mysterious figure appeared in a poorly lit area and was pretty far from the camera's viewpoint, technical imperfections could have played a role in this. This could just be a regular person. But what say you guys? Do you lean more towards the supernatural, or are you in the camp that believes there's a logical explanation? In March of 2022, a TikTok user named Jacob Ward captured a video that left viewers scratching their heads. Filming the night sky, Ward recorded what appeared to be a large meteor streaking across the heavens. However, the sight quickly became much stranger. As Ward continued filming, the object's path in the sky seemed to change in an unusual way. Ward and his friends were left wondering if they might be witnessing something truly out of this world. Perhaps even alien activity. Many viewers who saw the video shared Ward's surprise. The object's movement definitely seemed unusual, defying what we normally expect from falling objects. Some commenters even suggested it might be defying the laws of physics entirely. Theories range from the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors to more fantastical explanations. Someone even mentioned unicorns. Yes, they did. However, others offered a more down-to-earth explanation. Some viewers pointed out that the object's behavior could be easily explained by a skydiving display. In such displays, skydivers sometimes attach flares to their ankles, creating a similar visual effect as they descend. I have no experience skydiving, but do people do that at night? It seems... No. I'm out. But nevertheless, aliens are skydivers. The answer remains unclear. Take a look at the video yourself and tell me what you think. The goat comes out from the barn, offering a clearer view of the bizarre creature clinging to its side. It's black with a long serpentine body tightly wrapped around the goat's lower body. The farmers, armed with sticks, are attempting to pry this creature loose. After several determined jabs, they manage to break its hold, sending it scrambling away. But yeah, that is where things take a truly bizarre turn. Instead of running on four legs like any normal animal, the creature contorts its body, almost slithers and slides across the ground with surprising speed, like a snake on fast forward. Slowing down the footage dramatically, we zoom in for a closer look at this mystery in motion. And what on earth could this thing be? Can you imagine if you were just walking through your living room and you notice your dog staring intently out of the glass? Curious, you take a peek and you see this massive mountain lion pawing at your window?
On our patio. He wants to eat my dog. Dash. Dash, get back. Dash. 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 Get away. Dash, come here. Dash. Goddamn dog. Dash.
The dog, named Dash, deserves some credit here. He does not back away from that cat. Look at how the lion paws at the window. Like, dang, dinner is so close yet so far away. Here's a really wild video from Missouri. A homeowner shows amazing courage when his dog was suddenly attacked by a coyote in their backyard. Check this out. The video catches the moment when the homeowner, just carefully checking out the surroundings, sees his dog run towards a neighbor's place with a coyote right behind it. In a split second, the homeowner steps in, stopping the coyote from getting to the small dog. What happens next is incredible. He snatches this coyote up and lifts him off the ground. The man then goes over and puts the coyote in a dumpster and shuts the top. This is a powerful example of how far someone might go to keep their pet safe. Keith reaches out to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization with a mixture of curiosity and reverence. I'm going to read the actual email he sent. Good evening, RMSO. My name is Keith and I come from the North Cheyenne Nation. I have in my possession a trail camera photo that might just capture the elusive Bigfoot. The owner of the photo, also a member of our tribe, snapped this near a spring on the land where he grazes his cattle. Now, like us, the RMSO team is pumped to receive this. It's an exceptional discovery, and these guys have their own collection of trail cameras and other types of videos as well. Now, the guys back at RMSO said they'd put the various light filters on it like they did before with the other photo. I mean, this really is a striking picture if you look at it. I mean, there's a distinct shape, elongated arms, it has the characteristic dome head, and look how broad its shoulders are. I really need to follow up on this. I hope they're able to unearth some further details. But to me, this is really incredible. This is such a clear photo. Okay, now this is super eerie. A cruise ship starts to make an unscheduled U-turn when the captain spots an orange life raft in the middle of the ocean. I just have to say, something like this is one of my worst nightmares, as I'm sure it is for many people. I guess the only thing that could make it worse would be not having a raft. Look how hard it is to see that, nearly impossible. Wow, my adrenaline started pumping watching this. As it gets closer, there looks like there are people or a person on there. And there are. What an incredible event. I had to go to the comments on this one and I found this from someone named Alex. Alex says, "Fortunately, this story has a remarkable and uplifting twist. The life raft in question belonged to the ill-fated Two Brothers, a ship that sank off the coast of the Dominican Republic. Miraculously, all passengers from the Two Brothers survived their ordeal at sea. In a display of incredible seamanship and compassion, 6 of them were rescued by a Carnival cruise ship, and another 6 were found clinging to floating wreckage, all of whom were brought to safety. Just incredible. This next photo was in a group of photos posted on Reddit, and when I saw it, I could not believe the number of comments it had gotten. Check it out. The picture supposedly shows a person peeking through the crack of a door into a bathroom and looking at this guy. The guy says he's freaked out and snapped a picture of it. Commenters have thrown a multitude of guesses around. Some are calling BS, but a majority of the people see the creature, person, figure, whatever it is, and claim they would be freaked out too. Now, I can definitely see something in the crack of the door, but I feel like it's nearly impossible to make out what it is. After looking at it a few times and concentrating really hard, I can see what one might think is a face. One commenter said that the figure has face paint on. Heck, I don't know. The OP says he was home alone, and I think he's being honest about that because, well, he's using the bathroom with the door wide open. I'm having a hard time getting around the thought process of an intruder entering my home, shocking me while I'm sitting on the toilet, then whipping out my phone, snapping a picture, scrolling for the skull emoji, posting it to Snapchat and Reddit. Maybe I'm a boomer. Oh my goodness, this is not what you want to see. Holy heck. This kid caught on film as a sitting duck to this big old black bear that has wandered into a neighborhood. All of a sudden, a man appears and scares the bear off. Wow, that poor kid, man, I know he was terrified. As we watch it again, the guy gets out of his vehicle because he sees the kid is in trouble. It looks like he and his wife were leaving the neighborhood and happened upon this. Wow. What a guy. The way people are these days, sadly, many might have stayed in the truck. But not this hero here. I truly think that that guy saved that kid's life. Wow. Let's watch that again. This truck has been blown over by tornado-like winds. These extreme skiers are something, man. Unlike traditional alpine skiing that takes place on groomed slopes, extreme skiing occurs in natural, rugged settings. I mean, rugged doesn't even do it justice. Check this out. Did anyone else watch this and wonder how this guy stayed so calm? I feel like I would have just started crying. That's what you would have heard. Whimpers. This reported Dogman clip gets a little creepier if you can hear the conversation in the background. Let me translate. One guy off camera says, "Is that it, Tori? Right there?" Tori replies, "Yeah, that's the one that stays under the train tracks." Another commenter said, "I work for a private company that helps with encounters, mostly cryptid, but some other paranormal encounters. And if I'm being honest, if y'all knew what was in the forest, you'd never so much as take the trash out at night." The following image reportedly comes from a woman who was on her daily jog along an old logging road. Posted online in September of this year, as she made her way down the road, something out of the corner of her eye caught her attention. It looked like a figure was wedged between a tree. She couldn't make out what it was, but it definitely seemed off. As she got a little closer, she saw it. A dark figure attempting to blend in between the trees. It was doing a decent job of camouflaging itself, especially considering it was foggy, but it still stood out enough, like a broad-shouldered furry blob. Terrified and unsure of what to do, she should probably run, but no, she whips out her phone and snaps a picture, which we thank her for. The figure, dark in color and with a face that seemed somewhat human-like, appeared to just be watching her. At first, I wasn't sure if I was looking at the back of its head or the front, so the front of its face looked slightly lighter compared to the top and the rest of its body. Has a more grayish tint. Commenters have claimed that if you look closely you can make out eyes, but I can't see those. Of course, this photo isn't the best quality, but it's definitely something intriguing. And if it is what she thinks it could be, this was a pretty terrifying moment. There's an intriguing video clip circulating supposedly from a church in Africa, which is gaining considerable attention. Posted on Instagram by the account Paranoid Normal, the footage presents a confusing scene at first glance. Even after multiple viewings, the mystery remains. The clip begins with what looks like a flame suddenly appearing from a woman's dress on the right side of the frame. She reacts in panic, clearly startled, and people around her quickly come to her aid. Only moments later, another flame ignites, this time from a man's white shirt. The shock of these unexpected events seems to cause the woman to faint. And now don't be confused because the video actually replays both of these moments in slow motion. Initially, some viewers proposed that these strange flames were a result of faulty cigarette lighters. However, the fact that it happened to two different individuals in such a brief period makes this explanation less convincing. One commenter provided a thought-provoking theory. They threw out that maybe this could have been a staged act intended to increase donations to the church, or for the two to be able to label themselves as anointed. It's been suggested that the man and woman may be actors, orchestrating this miracle to draw more visitors and encourage greater contributions. Seeing something so extraordinary could potentially convince churchgoers of divine intervention, that this place is special, touched, prompting them to be more generous with their donations. That's a pretty interesting theory. I have seen some crazy stuff in church, but I don't know that catching me on fire would have me tithing or putting more into the offering plate. Anyhow, as always, let me know your theories. Speaking of aggressive bears, this common house cat sent one up a tree. Crazy clip here is this man in the hospital says that this figure just randomly showed up at this guy's bedside. Many are saying it's the Grim Reaper. What say you? I've come across this clip a few times, but never found a solid answer. Does anyone know more about this? The Wessex Way Monster. This monster has become something of a local legend in certain parts of England. One dark night in late 2007, a closed-circuit traffic camera captured a very strange and unexplainable creature crossing the road. Since the footage surfaced, there have been numerous reports of sightings of the mysterious Wessex Way Monster. As you can see in the video, the so-called Wessex Way Monster has features that seem both animalistic, but also human. It moves on all fours like an animal, but its hind legs are notably longer than its front, bending at the knees similarly to a human's. So what do we think? Is this some kind of bizarre creature, or just an elaborate hoax? When I watch it, my brain immediately takes me to the movements of a deer, but then it kind of looks like a greyhound. I don't know, I could be convinced of either crazy Wessex Way creature or my eyes playing tricks on me. A little different clip here, but it's certainly captured a lot of online attention. Imagine you're scrolling through Facebook and coming across a video, and it's been shared over a few million times. Well, that's exactly the case with a clip posted by a user named Jermaine Ivory. In the video, seemingly out of nowhere, a squirrel appears in the middle of the street. It almost looks as if it materializes from thin air. This quirky moment quickly gained traction, racking up over 1 million views and sparking thousands of comments from curious viewers in the first day. Jermaine, having some fun, labeled the occurrence as a glitch in the matrix, which I know you guys have heard about a lot on this channel. For those unfamiliar, that phrase suggests we could be living in a computer simulation. And every once in a while, some anomaly, like a squirrel magically appearing in the road, gives it away. However, if we stay grounded for a moment, many people think that there's a much simpler explanation. Most likely, it's just a matter of perspective. Perhaps there's a dip or pothole in the road, and the squirrel hopped out of it, giving the impression of it appearing out of thin air. This clip definitely makes you do a double take. Personally, it almost looks like he's pulling himself from a crack in the road, like he's legit squeezing out of something. Alright, let's delve into this fascinating clip from NASA's live feed, taken from the International Space Station. As you watch, a strange and unidentified object makes its way into view. At first, it moves steadily from the right to the left side of the frame. Then, almost as if assessing its surroundings, the object pauses and hovers in place for a noticeable moment. Suddenly, it pulls up and then shoots off to the left at a much faster speed than before. By speeding up the footage and zooming in, you can get a clearer look at this unusual phenomenon. Often, viewers are quick to attribute sightings like these from the International Space Station to common explanations. More often than not, they're space debris or far-off satellites. However, what makes this particular sighting stand out is the object's unpredictable movement. The abrupt changes in direction and speed are what make this so intriguing. Normally, space debris or satellites follow a predictable path and lack the ability to change direction or speed. And this probably goes without saying, but the space debris or satellites, they follow a more predictable path. They don't really have the ability to change direction on a whim. Given these observations, the question remains, what are we really looking at? Officials from NASA declined to comment or give any explanation for this. Nevertheless, it's a good reminder that space holds vast mysteries. Back in September, a veterinary student named Mary Carmen Flores from Peru adopted a sweet Labrador puppy. Funny enough, she named the pup Scott. The two quickly formed a close bond, but unfortunately only got to enjoy a few months together before Scott was tragically found lifeless in Mary Carmen's home. The sudden loss of her healthy dog left Mary Carmen devastated, and she was desperate for an explanation. She didn't have any proof, but she suspected that someone might have intentionally poisoned her beloved pet. Determined to find answers, Mary Carmen began reviewing her CCTV footage. So every day she would pull up the footage and sit on her couch and watch it. But I'll tell you what she found was far from what she expected. One night, Mary Carmen pulled up the footage. It shows she and her friend pulling up to the gate and returning home for the night. But what she saw next blew her mind. A hazy dog-like figure is seen in the bottom part of the video, greeting Mary Carmen and her friend. But here's the thing. This footage that she reviewed was taken only an hour ago. Scott had passed days before. With tears in her eyes, Mary Carmen sprinted outside to try to see if she could see any remnants of Scott in the area. She explained that she believed Scott's spirit had come back to say goodbye to her and her family. She shared the video on TikTok as a tribute to her beloved dog's memory. To this day, Mary Carmen still has no clear explanation for what led to Scott's untimely death. But she is grateful for having captured his final greeting and farewell to her. Around the world, myths and legends tell of tiny humanoid beings that live among us but remain out of sight, hidden in the shadows. There are many names for these creatures: sprites, goblins, pixies, elves, and even leprechauns. In Central and South America, however, these popular mythological beings are known as duendes. In Central and South American folklore, duendes are often portrayed as dangerous little creatures who have a particular dislike for children. Central American tales speak of duendes living inside the walls of children's bedrooms, sneaking out at night to harm or frighten them. In South America, duendes are known to lure young boys and girls into the forest, causing them to lose their way home. This clip supposedly shows some kids juggling a soccer ball when they experience a little visitor.
Ay, Christopher, ve nada más. Me estás retando. Sí, pues tú también. Déjame ver el baloncesto cómo se va a ver. Te toca. Ya, para que veas como un experto lo hace bien. ¡Ay, qué es eso! ¡Ay, qué es eso! ¡Ay, qué es eso! ¡Ay, ay, ay! ¡Ay, ¿qué fue? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¡Fue maldito! ¡No, no!
This next clip from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch has the potential to send shivers down your spine. This photo was sent in to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, and I'm going to read it exactly how they reported on it. A massive mysterious creature was caught on a trail cam near Tucson, Arizona. And here are the facts. The camera was set to 10 feet high, angled down into a dry creek bed. As we analyze this intriguing capture, I'll be applying several light filters to it to see if we can bring out any hidden details. But that's not all. We also have a first-hand report from the person who submitted this image. BH, writing on behalf of his friend who owns the trail camera, describes how it was set up on a lease where cattle graze, near a watering hole. And believe it or not, the image appears to show what could be a Bigfoot. Keith, a member of the North Cheyenne Nation from Lame Deer, Montana, shared the story and the image with Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. So, I'm interested in your thoughts on what this creature might be. Can you help uncover the truth behind this incredible sighting? Do we think this is Bigfoot, or is there something else lurking in these Arizona desert nights?
Oh, right here, right here. Oh, right in front of us.
It's crazy how much bigger those ones were.
The title of this clip said, "Are pine squid making a comeback in the Northwest?" I'm sorry, when did these exist? I mean, what is this? Listen to what the guy says about this.
I'd say you're looking at a 3 to 4 year old male, and you know it's male because there's no red on any of the tentacles. You do want to stay back mating season. These guys will.
So this is a 3 to 4 year old pine squid, and we need to be wary of it during mating season because it might attack. What? A family in upstate New York recently shared some home security footage, and safe to say, many don't know what to make of it. We see a skinny humanoid figure crawling into the frame. And before we can get a good look at it, it kinda just up and leaves. Now we're only able to see its arms and legs. The arms particularly skinny. It looks like it has brown stringy hair. Now I don't know if anyone was able to see this, but before it stands up and walks off screen, did you see it turn its head upside down? Let's see if we can pause it there. It's really quick. Look at how the head is upside down. It immediately goes off screen. Do we think that it knew not to show its full body on camera? Maybe there was a blinking light or a flash and it saw the camera and wouldn't reveal itself? Or do we just think it was a coincidence? This clip was titled The Appalachian Mountains, so I already knew that it was going to be something crazy. Look at this creature that was found in an old cabin. Yep, that thing needs to stay right in the mountains. Have you ever seen the land behave in such strange ways? It's almost like watching a whale breach the ocean's surface, taking a deep breath before diving back in. This truly is an incredible phenomena. One common theory suggests that the Earth's tectonic plates, the very foundation of the land we live on, might be restless. As these plates shift and grind against each other, they could be causing the ground to rise and bulge in the strange ways we're witnessing. This idea isn't just speculative. It has a solid foundation in geological science. Another intriguing hypothesis is that gases trapped deep beneath the Earth's surface could be finding a way to escape. As these gases force their way upward, they might cause the land to swell and surge. Supporters of this theory point to the bubbles that have been seen rising in nearby waters, a telltale sign of gases making their way to the surface. An additional theory gaining some traction is that these phenomena could be linked to underground water displacement. A sudden influx or redirection of water from underground reservoirs caused by natural shifts or even human activity like drilling might lead to these unusual bulges. If the water is suddenly displaced or pressurized, it could cause the ground above to rise temporarily, much like a waterbed shifting under pressure. This would imply that what we're seeing is a direct reaction to changes deep underground that remain largely unseen. Whatever the cause, these moments remind us of the mysteries still hidden beneath our feet. Our next piece of footage comes from a TikTok user who claims to have had a wild encounter with what they believe to be a Yeti. The Yeti, often thought of as the snowy cousin of Bigfoot, is usually associated with the remote corners of Asia and known for its distinctive snow-white fur. In this case, the brave adventurer and his friend decided to venture into the woods at night. As they were exploring in the darkness, they suddenly heard a strange, eerie noise. Naturally, they swung their camera toward the direction of the sound, ready for a closer look. What they captured in the glow of their flashlight was a mysterious creature. The creature had facial fur that fits the classic Yeti description. The rest of its body was hard to make out, hidden by the shadows, almost as if it was playing a game of hide and seek. The moment the mysterious creature seemed to realize it had been spotted, it performed a quick disappearing act, melting away into the night. So, did this fearless duo truly cross paths with a real-life Yeti that night? Or are they simply pulling our leg for a few extra likes and shares? An alternate theory that comes to mind is that this could have been a misidentified yet natural animal, possibly an albino bear. Bears, especially those with albinism or even just lighter fur, could easily be mistaken for a yeti under the limited visibility of night. The eerie sounds could have been vocalizations commonly made by large mammals when they feel threatened. With the power of suggestion and the thrill of a nighttime adventure, our imaginations might make us see more than what's actually there. Still, whether it's an elusive yeti or just an unusual animal, one thing is certain: the mystery keeps us all guessing.
What was that? Is that a cow? What is that? Oh, frick!
Yeah, that was pretty creepy. What was up with the guy saying, "Is that a cow?" I mean, it couldn't actually look any more different than a cow. Is that a cow? Then the creature sprints up the hill. I mean, maybe he was looking at something else, but that was the only thing in the frame. Most of the commenters are saying that that is definitely a rake. Filmed in Afghanistan, a group of fathers has taken to the mountains after reports from their children that there are, quote, weird people on the mountain paths. The men lit torches and took their tractors to check it out. This is what they found. Quite the chaotic scene as we see these humanoid creatures crawling around on all fours. Some even aggressively advancing towards the men. These rake-like creatures, they really don't seem to be backing down from these guys. My mind is telling me that these creatures need to be on 2 feet, but we see them moving pretty effortlessly on all fours. I need your help on this one. Do we think these are actual rakes, or maybe another type of mountain creature? A creature we don't know about? I know we've only explored like 5% of our oceans, but what is this thing? Wait till you see its mouth. I just never knew things like this existed. Our next clip starts with the camera operator zooming in on something blocked by thick leaves and branches. At first glance, it's easy to assume we're merely looking at a weird plant or tree hidden amongst the others. However, as the camera steadies and the focus sharpens, it becomes clear that our initial assumptions couldn't be more wrong. Slowly, an eerie figure comes into view. The creature's head, an unsettling shade of white, emerges from behind the trees, revealing its skeletal appearance, almost as if it has risen from the grave. Its hollow, empty eye sockets stare out, revealing a deep void of darkness. As soon as the creature seems to realize it has been spotted, it quickly vanishes, disappearing behind the dense trees, never showing itself again. It leaves viewers with plenty of questions, that's for sure. Could this be an entity resurrected from the dead, a ghostly remnant clinging to the forest? Or is it simply a prank? Someone in costume hoping to create a viral video to intrigue online viewers? You tell me. One intriguing theory is that this creature could be an unknown species of nocturnal animal, possibly adapted for camouflage during the day. With its pale skeletal appearance, it might resemble a dead or decaying being under certain lighting, which could explain why it appears so unsettling on camera. If this were true, it would suggest that there are creatures in the forest that we still know almost nothing about, animals adapted in ways that make them almost impossible to detect unless you're in the right place at the right time. Regardless, whether it's supernatural, a prank, or something unknown lurking in the natural world, this footage keeps us on edge, reminding us of the mysteries still left to uncover. In this video, we see yet another alleged sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. Imagine being deep in the woods, walking the trails amidst the giant pines, when suddenly there's a rustling nearby. Freaked out, you quickly turn to locate the source of the noise. To your astonishment, there, peering down on you, stands an enormous figure. Nearly as tall as the trees around it, the creature is covered in a thick coat of dark brown fur that helps it blend seamlessly into the forest backdrop. The sheer size of this creature, especially when you realize you're sharing the same space, is enough to make anyone's adrenaline pump. The person capturing this footage undoubtedly felt the intensity of the moment. As he began filming, a wave of thoughts must have crossed his mind. What if I don't make it out? The footage could serve as the only evidence pointing to the mysterious cause of his disappearance. But if he did manage to escape unharmed, then he'd have undeniable proof of the lurking dangers in this section of the forest. Even without any experience in paranormal phenomena, anyone viewing the footage would probably think, that must be Bigfoot. Another possible explanation, though more unsettling, is that this could be an undiscovered species of giant primate, a rare relic of a bygone era. Perhaps we're dealing with a species that's managed to survive by adapting to remote areas, avoiding human contact for centuries. It might explain why such creatures are so difficult to spot and why their existence in the mainstream media remains mostly speculation. Whatever it is, this video continues to fuel the ongoing debate, and whether it's Bigfoot or something else entirely, it's clear there are still secrets hidden in our forests waiting to be uncovered. Okay, what the heck is going on here? This isn't a pine squid, but this looks like an octopus jumping onto a tree. What's going on in the woods? Has anyone laid eyes on anything like this? Okay, I'm pretty sure this one is looking at me. It's not in the forest, but look how massive this thing is. I do not like the looks of that. In a TikTok video, a motorcyclist shared his thrilling adventure riding through dense woodlands. As he sped along winding trails and wove through thick underbrush, he pretty quickly realized he's lost. Familiar paths had given way to unrecognizable terrain, and every attempt to retrace his steps seemed to lead him deeper into the maze of trees. Starting to panic, he decided to stop, hoping to reach out to a friend for help. Unfortunately, he realized he didn't have any service. As he stood there, surrounded by towering trees and contemplating his next move, an eerie sound shattered the silence, an unmistakable hiss emanating from nearby bushes. Quickly turning around, he attempted to put eyes on the source of the sound. The dense foliage provided perfect cover, making it nearly impossible to spot whatever was lurking nearby. Now, to help viewers of the video, the uploader marked the area where he thought the creature was hidden. Yet, even with this clue, identifying the hidden figure proved to be pretty tough. Speculation ran wild. What could this mysterious creature be? Was it a common woodland animal like a bear or a wolf? Or could it be something far less familiar, possibly a cryptid or an undocumented creature yet to be classified by science? Another theory that arises is that this hiss might belong to a territorial predator that's not native to these woods. There have been stories of exotic pets, like large cats or other predators being released or escaping into the wild when owners could no longer care for them. Could this be what this encounter is, an unexpected run-in with someone's discarded pet? If true, and this would explain the strange, predatory nature of the hiss. Regardless, this video certainly leaves us with more questions than answers about the mysterious things that might be lurking just out of sight. A couple recently traveled to the Philippines and shared a captivating snapshot from their beach vacation. Jeffrey, who captured the image, snapped a picture of his wife who appeared to be blissfully enjoying the water. However, on closer inspection, there's something in the backdrop that seems out of place. When you zoom into the photo, the lush background reveals a dense cover of trees. Yet, oddly, there's a figure that appears to be floating in midair above them. This odd silhouette has long, dark hair, but its feet are nowhere in sight. Now, the Philippines has tales of ethereal beings, notably the White Lady. Legend has it, she's often seen wearing a white dress or a similar attire and is primarily spotted in the countryside. These stories usually tie her to some tragic event or lore. Interestingly, variations of the White Lady myth exist in numerous countries worldwide. In this particular photo, however, the mysterious figure doesn't seem to be clad in any discernible outfit. Due to the lack of clear features, it's hard to definitively say who or what it is, but it certainly adds an air of mystery to the couple's otherwise serene beach photo. A fascinating new video has surfaced on Reddit, capturing an unusual and mesmerizing sight. The original poster user, Puzzle-Headed Sir5522, described it as a spinning spiral, embryo portal-looking thing in the sky. The post, shared across several communities dedicated to UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena discussions, features a video that was passed along by a friend, reportedly filmed somewhere along the west coast of the United States. This sighting carries particular significance for the original poster, who noted that this is the first time they've received personal evidence from someone they trust completely. The video quickly drew a lot of attention, with viewers offering theories and drawing parallels to similar phenomena. One commenter from northern Germany mentioned witnessing something almost identical over the weekend, but with an intriguing twist. Their sighting included 6 objects in a triangular formation, each more vibrant in color than the video here. This similarity has fueled speculation that these UAP sightings might not be isolated incidents, but rather part of a larger pattern, sparking more questions than answers. Another theory has emerged suggesting that these swirling shapes might be linked to experimental propulsion technologies being tested secretly. The distinctive spiral pattern could indicate an advanced form of engine or aerial technology designed to manipulate gravitational forces in a way we've never seen before. Perhaps these sightings across different regions are connected to a new technology still in its testing phase, and the multiple reported sightings hint at trials being carried out globally. Whatever it may be, the mystery of these spinning, vibrant formations continues to deepen, leaving us to wonder about the possibilities beyond our current understanding. This next creature encounter comes from YouTuber Whack Ringa. Ringa, who lives in Indonesia, runs a channel focused on exploring abandoned, haunted locations across his region. A cool part is that he'll actually take location suggestions from his viewers. And for as long as he can remember, he was getting recurring comments asking him to explore a particular haunted forest. So the exact forest he doesn't name. And the reason for that is what he sees in this video. But apparently it has a wild reputation, with numerous reports of creature sightings from within. Intrigued by the comments, Ringa did some research. He read all about the local legends and decided to venture out alone and document this experience. As he arrived at the forest and began filming, everything started off pretty slow. Eventually, as he approached a specific path, he felt an unsettling realization. That feeling that someone was watching him. Armed only with the flashlight in his camera, he cautiously continued down the path. That's when everything took a turn.
Ya, gue dengar suara. Gue dengar suara, teman-teman. Dan arahnya di dalam. Astagfirullah!
First, two pale humanoid creatures appeared, reaching out onto the path in front of him. Moments later, another one burst through the brush, charging directly toward him. The creatures were letting out these strange, guttural growls, sounds unlike anything I've ever heard. Now, let's dig in. By enhancing the brightness and slowing the footage down, the forms of these creatures become more visible. But what exactly were they? And why were they running in tandem, lurking in the forest? Many viewers speculated that these were rakes, the pale, emaciated, long limb-having creatures that are rumored to roam the woods. Not shockingly, in this video's comments, numerous people have claimed to encounter these beings. And they're from all over the world. Do we think these rakes are just roaming the planet? I mean, I can't say for certain, but it looks that way.